Howdy, folks. So Judd was just telling me about the child's version of Marlboro cigarettes.
Now I don't know if they were Marlboro cigarettes because I typed in Marlboro and nothing came up. I'm now just looking for kids. I'm sure I've seen like an ad somewhere.
Kids cigarettes. Is that what
I have.
Oh god.
There are pictures though. There are pictures of like kids just stood around like having a smoke.
They could be regular cigarettes.
Yeah, they are just cigarettes. They're just kids stood around smoking cigs. But what I'm saying is, like in olden times, like if you were bombing it down Barnsley Street on your horse and carriage, and you looked over and you saw a little man to 7 enjoying the refreshing taste of Marlboro cigarette. That was a common thing that happened.
You know what's great then? Your computer cut out as you were saying that, and I feel like it censored you. I feel like your own computer's like, I need to shut this kid up. I need to censor this guy. He's spouting too much shit. Welcome back to the podcast. This is the podcast where we do podcasting. And right at the top of the podcast, I want to remind everyone that this Saturday, the 2nd of October, we're doing the 100 podcast special. It will be our 100th episode. This episode is the episode 99, and on the 2nd of October 2021, we will be recording the 100 podcast special live at twitch.tv/streamsbadly. As usual, you'll still be able to get the video version on YouTube, the Streams Badly YouTube channel, or if you want to listen to the podcast as God intended in audio format, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of those junk, those places. Who gives a shit? They're all there. So yeah, this Saturday it's going to be good. A little sneak peek of what we've got planned. This is also to remind Judd of like what he needs to do. So there will be drinking games, our regular segments that might also involve drinking games based around those. We're both going to be bringing each other some presents. Now, of course, these won't be good presents. I've got a corker
lined up, by the way.
They'll be silly presents. I've got a good idea, I think.
I've got, yeah. I think you'll like mine.
Yeah. And there's a special intro, and I've sent Judd the special edition intro. What? I'm not going to play it now. You're going to have to listen to the 100 podcast special to hear it. What do you think of it, though, Judd? Do you like it?
I did like it. Yeah, it was very nice.
Good. And we continue the stream after doing a podcast, and we'll probably be doing that for longer. It's going to be most of Saturday, I would say, that we're doing all this shit. And after we've done the podcast, we'll be doing a couple fan favorites of doing a drawing stream. If you don't know what those are, it's where Judd gives me prompts that I've never heard of certain characters before, and I do my best to draw them on my computer while we're drunk, and I do a bad job, and it's funny. If you're also watching live, you can suggest ideas too, and then also there's an infamous text-based adventure game that we played this one time where it's generated by an AI, so we'll be taking a little trip down that again.
Nice. And
just, a little podcast celebration. So enough about the 100 podcast special, Judd.
Jake, don't show our Discord screen for a second on the stream. Is this all right to show on stream?
Oh my god. This is the type of shit that happens when I'm trying to do a podcast with Judd. He does all this crap, and he's not even sent anything yet. I can't even hear
all right,
you.
Okay. I was waiting until you said I could send it. I'm sending it now.
Oh my god. No, absolutely not. Oh my god. Thing is, I should have known. Whenever Judd sends me something and he's like, "Can we show this on screen?" It's almost certainly a no. I can describe what it is very lightly. It is a version of a small person that could or could not include a midget, but the likelihood of it being a midget, it may or may not be a child. Who knows?
It's a child.
And it is an advert, and there is a thing over the child's head, and it is crying. In fact, you know what? There isn't actually anything over the child's head. It's made of smoke. But it's made of smoke. Like
the idea is that it's meant to be like a plastic bag or something over the kid's head, and it kind of looks like the kid's choking. It's to get over the idea of you
smoking around kids. Judd, you keep cutting out. I don't know why that is. Do you want to just like replug in your microphone? But yeah, it's Why do you send me these things? It basically looks like a plastic bag over a child's head, but it's made of smoke. The child's fine. Not real.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Don't
not real.
sue us, Susan. Have you seen that
No.
a lot of people have been on YouTube have been getting in trouble for child endangerment, having reacted to like a child falling over or something like that?
That's just funny.
And it's like 3 strikes and you're out on your channel for child endangerment. But like, they'll be reacting to it. They haven't put a child in danger in any way or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, and the child's also fine. It's not in danger.
Yeah.
So, YouTube is getting more and more ridiculous, isn't it?
They're terrible. They're absolutely spineless as well. Because the second that anybody says something, especially with big companies, if a big company comes into the mix and they say this thing is going against copyright infringement, they'll just be like, "Oh yeah, sure," but they'll not do any research into it because they're absolutely spineless.
And they don't
They're
have
also
to.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yet they still have like, and the one that everyone points to that we've discussed before is that they're happy to let naked yoga just feature on the site because that's educational. Well, what if this child endangerment's educational? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I've seen straight up jelking on YouTube before, where like because
humour me, Judd. What the fuck is jelking?
Because and I only looked this up because another YouTube channel I watched was like talking about like memeing about it, but they actually said that the video was on YouTube and that's why it was funny. But jelking apparently is where you sort of like squeeze your cock in a certain way. And well, why did you do that? It's like. I don't know, it's like a technique. It's supposed to make your penis bigger, I think. I wouldn't know, I don't either.
Yeah.
I already have a massive cock.
I was more aware of this as a child, actually. I didn't know. I didn't know, like, what it was or that it had a name. Obviously, I've just asked what it was. But I just figured, surely this will work. And I didn't really try it very often. Like, I did it, like, twice ever, maybe. As a curious, like, teenager or whatever, and I just were like, I don't fucking want to do this, I don't care. So yeah.
Nice. But
so
what
now
I'm
I can mark
saying,
this podcast as educational on the category.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that they have men doing that on YouTube because it's quote unquote educational. At least they used to. I don't know if they still do.
Jelking.
Apparently,
let me see. No, I don't think so. There's a lot of videos like about it, but not people actually doing this.
Oh, hold on.
Oh wait, there's one. There's a giant penis. Yeah. Okay. There's a 5-minute video of this guy just doing that, and and right at the start of the video, he's just put warning: this contains uncensored footage for information and educational purposes only. But like, don't put it on here then. What the fuck? How can people do this? Oh my god. Oh, it's horrible as well. He was stretching that thing way too far. Oh my god. Well, I'm glad I didn't put that on screen because no doubt our video would have been taken down. Yet Mr. Jelking would have been fine.
But I'm saying this is allowed. This is allowed on YouTube. But somebody reacting to a kid falling over in no way, in no sense a situation that they could control, and also the kid's fine, really. It's pathetic.
To be fair, I did sort by like new. I sorted by new, so it might be that it's just not been caught yet. So it takes a little while for things to get caught, doesn't it? But they just suck. Judd, have you seen any interesting individuals, if you catch my drift, lately?
Oh my god. I don't look right. Do you want to play the theme?
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Freak of the week.
It's time for a segment that we have regularly that I love, actually. I love asking Judd if he's seen a freak of the week. This is when Judd's bumped, because it happens so often to him that he's bumped into some strange individual, and we appreciate these strange individuals. We love them, so Judd tells us all about them.
So this okay, it feels wrong me putting it in this segment, but the thing is, I've not had like a a genuine, actual freak. This guy, I feel like a bit mean for putting this in this category because the guy isn't a freak. He's not a freak. If anything, I was the freak with the response that I was going to make. But anyway, essentially, I was walking around in Leeds, and I was once again I was on my break. A lot of these are on my break at work, but I was walking around Leeds.
We're giving Leeds a bad reputation.
I'm not.
Oh. Well, Judd, I don't know what's going on with your computer.
Well, I mean, it is.
I didn't hear you. I couldn't hear what you said then. What did you say?
I said maybe it's earned. I said maybe it's earned.
Well, maybe. The entire north of England could probably.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Walking back to work, and what?
Your microphone does keep cutting out. I think you need to move it closer to your face.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna try this again. So, I was walking to work, walking down to work on my break, and a little person walked up to me. This is why I'm saying this guy isn't a freak for being a little person. He's not a freak.
Is that the technical term? Is that what you're supposed to call them? Because I'd prefer dwarf. If I was that short, I would want to be called dwarf. I was saying this to my girlfriend lately. Like, dwarf is so much cooler. They have like battle axes and like beards and shit, and like.
Yeah, I'm saying now I'm not as small as like to be legally classified as like too short. I am still small though, but I like it whenever I'm called a dwarf. Right. So I don't know. I don't know if they.
Let's
I'm
go
not
with dwarf. If dwarf's offensive, then tweet at Tweets Badly and let us know.
Okay.
Yeah. But
all right. So anyway, this dwarf, this man came up to me and he said, he said to me, "Excuse me. Do you know where the short stay car park is?" And I swear to God, I had to stop myself from saying it, but I almost went, "Why can't you use the regular size?"
Yes! This is the greatest moment of our lives!
And I got really embarrassed because that's all I wanted to say. Like, I was screaming at myself to say it. And, like, I sort of my lips just curled and I sort of, like, just sniggered a bit at this guy. And I went, "No, sorry, I'm not from around here." And then just, like, walked off. Like, really briskly.
and then that guy proceeded to go home and jump on the podcast with his brother and be like, "I met this right freak today."
Yeah.
That reminds me of that one Jontron clip where someone asks for directions to him and he goes, "Yeah, it's down the street," and then you take a left and then he runs off.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's amazing. I love that.
I keep thinking about it, and I keep thinking maybe I should have just said it because I didn't want him to be. I really didn't want to upset the guy because I was like, I don't know how he might find this really funny, but he could also equally like, you know, get quite upset. So I was like, I can't say it to the guy. I just gotta
don't think you should have said it. I think this is perfect. Because I think if you'd have actually said it, I don't know as I'd have laughed as much because I'd have probably gone, "Oh my god, what the fuck did he say back?" Like, it wouldn't have been quite as funny as you just thinking it. Because I like to imagine he asked you and you were like stood there staring at him, like shaking for a moment, like sweat pouring down.
That's literally what happened. That's actually what happened because he said it. My brain instantly, 2 neurons immediately sapped together, and I was like, all right, that immediately popped into my head, so I just went, like that, just like staring at him, and I just went, "No, sorry, I'm not from around here," and I just left.
Because of course it would, like, oh god, that's amazing. That truly is amazing. Yeah. Just a reminder that this Saturday we're having the 100 podcast special. Please tune in for this Saturday. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. We've got lots going on. It's going to be fun, especially with the presents and all sorts. But I've got a small story for you as well. It's not particularly like long or special or anything. It's another thing my mum told me. It's not about her. It's about my grandma. And my grandma, obviously, with the world opening up a lot more, they've been vaccinated and stuff. They went on holiday, I think, like a little trip within our country, it's what happened inspired her to read Harry Potter. Okay, so she's finally got round to reading Harry Potter, which, hearing the story from my mum, I was kind of like, "Oh, okay, why?" So apparently they were walking round, and she with my grandma and granddad were walking like down a street or something, and she heard some whistling, like someone going or something like that, or for the sake of this. No, it wasn't that, but that was Harry Potter theme. Just you know.
I didn't actually hear it. The mic didn't pick it up on my end. So.
Well, she heard some whistling, and I don't. This is why I think it's a little bit weird. She said she looked around for whoever were whistling, and she couldn't see anyone. She said to me, "Grandad, can you hear that whistling?" And he couldn't. And he went, "No, I can't hear anyone whistling." And right. Apparently, she told my mum she swears she heard someone say, "You're not supposed to be able to hear that." And I'm immediately, you know me, I'm thinking, I'm that Carl Pilkinson meme going, bullshit. Where he's pointing his finger. And she told my granddad like that she'd just heard that. And he said to her, "You've said that to me before." And my brain again went, bullshit. Because I don't think so. But apparently it's inspired her to want to read Harry Potter because my mum said to her, "Ooh, maybe it was from the Wizarding World and you've just got a little bit of magic in you and heard it." And she's and I think it feels like my grandma's reaction has been, "Oh, it must be! I must read Harry Potter now!"
Yeah.
It feels like that's what she's done.
Do you think it'd freak her out if we told her that we'd been and we'd been to the Wizarding World and we'd seen goblins and ghouls and those creatures?
What you mean, because we went to the tour in London?
Because we went to Harry Potter World, yeah.
If do you know what? I reckon it would freak her out if we said we heard the same thing while we were walking around the Wizarding World thing.
You know what? Don't tell her that you've told me, and just I've got to remember. Just the next time I see her, just by chance, I'll just be like, "Yeah, I'm sure I heard somebody whistling earlier." Yes. And then I looked around, and they said to her "Oh, I think he heard us," but I couldn't see anyone. Yeah. And she just say it and she just bring it up in a casual conversation. Just watch her go, "Oh!"
Let's just prank my poor frail grandma. Just she starts going, "Oh!" Just
she has massive heart palpitations and immediately dies on the spot.
God.
That'd be the funniest shit ever. I'm sorry, but it really would.
Would fully drive my grandma insane. Oh no.
Yeah. I was wondering what would break first, your spirit or your body.
Well, yeah, that's what she's going to read Harry Potter. But I was thinking, obviously she'll have been hearing whistling somewhere. Or, it might have been, just through trees or something. Or because sometimes when I'm in the bath, we've got, an air vent in the bathroom, and that kind of whistles through that a bit. There's all sorts of reasons she could have been hearing whistling.
Yeah.
And then she'll... maybe she heard someone say, weren't supposed to hear that, a street over or something, and she just didn't spot who it was or something like that. There's way more explanations, weren't there? And as for my granddad saying, you said that to me before, she probably won't have, and she'll have said something similar about something almost completely different, and he'll have kind of remembered it like that because they are older. I'm not saying they're going mental just because they're older by any means, but
are you saying they're losing their goddamn minds?
No, but people do that, don't they? They remember them. The mind isn't very accurate, and she says stuff like that. She's a bit she's a little bit hippie in a little bit. So that's what I was thinking straight away. I was thinking she's not actually heard a ghost, of course not. But I sure would like to make her believe that because that would be hilarious.
Exactly.
I'm also a little worried for us that one of the first reactions we have of these things is, how can we fuck with people using this?
No, that's not a worry.
I don't know. We're quite kind of that way disposed. A little bit like David Dobrik, he obviously fucks with his friends a lot, and that's funny, but you can I wouldn't be surprised if I don't know, he took it too far and did a little bit of a Hunger Games on them or something like that.
Somebody killed themselves.
Well, at one point he did take it. Do you not know what happened to one of his friends?
No.
This is old news at this point, but we'll see what you think of it. he was planning his comeback vlog because during COVID, he just didn't do any. Is your granddad having a fun time, by the way? I can hear him shouting in the
Oh
background.
yeah, God, I know. I've told him. I specifically said, "Can you be quiet while we do this?" But,
I could only hear it then. What's he doing?
Him and Dalton are going to football, so he's like getting Dalton
He's
ready
getting
to
all
go to football.
excited, right?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, so David Dobrik were getting ready for his comeback vlog because he was off so long, and he wanted to make it like really special, like, and do loads of crazy shit. So he were literally paying for all of his. I think he were paying for it. He were paying for like a good half of his friends to become like qualified skydivers, so that they could jump out of a plane and he could film them doing, and they could be filmed doing that.
Right.
And he did. There were probably some other stuff, and one of the ones that is, it weren't necessarily the big one, but it is now, like, considering what happened. They had a massive crane in like this shallow bit of water. Not very shallow. It was like the shore of a beach, and it was deep enough so that you could have like jumped off of the crane into the water and be fine. But it wasn't deep enough to like destroy the crane. Well, I say crane. It was a digger. It was like a big digger. When we were at Diggerland and they'd put you in like the bucket of the digger and then like spin you around and stuff. Well, it was essentially doing that with none of the safety measures.
Nice.
So what they'd done is they'd just tied this rope to end of the digger, and like, a bit like a rope swing attached to a tree. They were holding onto the rope like that, and he was spinning the digger round. And they were doing it with this one with Corinna, who's now potentially going to be richer than him just because of OnlyFans.
Nice.
he wanted to do like a proper like go at it. Like he wanted to give it some speed, spin it around a few times. So one of the lads went to do it, Jeff, and there was a massive accident. He was spinning it around too much, and everyone was saying, "David, stop!" And even like the guy on the rope was like, "That's come on, that's enough. That's too far." So he stopped it too quickly. And essentially the rope kept swinging, and this guy swung all the way around, and the digger hit him right in the face, and he just hit and dropped into the water. And they immediately went out to get him, and he nearly lost his eye. If it had been like half an inch away, he'd have fully lost his eye. If you look up Jeff Jeff Wittek eye, let's see if. I think you'll see some pretty. You can kind of see some of the damage. He didn't. He had it like covered up a lot of the time, and had to see like a crazy like doctor about it.
He saw a crazy doctor.
Crazy man. Just going. No, you had to see like one of the best doctors there is about it. But he was also like this lad was like a very good looking guy, so like a certain amount of his career is going to be hinged on that, as you know, and like now he's got like half his face missing, but he hasn't anymore. He's been repaired pretty good. Well, they've got loads of money, so it didn't matter too much. Well, this guy's like psychologically seems quite like it's taken a big toll on him, but whatever, he's training for boxing now, which probably isn't a good idea to be doing when if he gets punched in his eye, which will definitely happen. I don't know what's going to happen there, but anyway.
He'll just pop out.
Maybe, who knows. Judd, just out of curiosity, being as you don't take this shit seriously, what game are you playing today while doing the podcast?
League. I'm doing a bit of League. Just against bots, though. Just against bots, so I can farm out some quests. You have got my full undivided attention. I remembered everything about the David Dobrik vlog with the digger thing swinging back and hitting the guy in the face. So.
All right, great. Well, he's back, David Dobrik, and I appreciate it a lot. After all the controversy, I don't hate him as much as most people. He also I'm not going. In fact, fuck it. I'm not going into fucking David Dobrik news. I'm not just going to tell you all about David Dobrik for no fucking reason. But what we are going to do is this. No, wrong jingle. Fuck, I've fucked it. This one.
That's it.
This is why you are wrong.
This segment is This Is Why You're Wrong. It's where I present Judd with a certain topic, he takes his stance on that topic, and I inform him why he is wrong. Judd!
Yes. Do it.
Today's topic...
What? Yes. What the fuck was that?
I don't know. I just got a little bit too excited.
All right.
Today's topic is, who is the most overrated actor? This can be male or female, don't really matter. Don't care.
The most overrated actor. Oh, I'm going to upset some people. I'm going to upset some people.
Okay.
Okay. Keanu Reeves. I think it's Keanu Reeves. I think he's so fucking overrated. As an actor, he's overrated. As a person who... I like the fact that Keanu Reeves is famous. There's too many people that are like awful pieces of shit that's famous. I'm very happy that a genuinely awesome person is famous like him. Because he's a genuinely awesome person. His acting, though, and I will say this on record, is fucking dog shit. I'll say that right now. You watch The Matrix, watch The Matrix, and actually try and be critical of it. Don't you've never been like this anyway. Don't just sit there and go, oh, it's The Matrix, it's good because it's The Matrix. You've never been like that, but
the rest of the Matrix
like
movie is good, though, I will say.
But I don't mind bad acting. I love some Nicolas Cage, but his acting is just terrible, and he plays the same guy all the time. Dante is always the same character, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying Keanu Reeves, but again, I'm very happy that he's got the fame that he's got because he actually deserves it, unlike a lot of people.
Well, decent choice. I don't think he does play the same character in everything. I don't think he's got a huge range. And yes, his Matrix performance definitely could have been done better by someone else, I think.
I gotta send you a video after this. I gotta send you a video. I'll wait till the end of the stream, though.
He plays a similar guy in Matrix and John Wick, I think. But if you think to his Bill and Ted, that is a different character as well. And what I will say is, he doesn't, other than maybe Matrix, he doesn't do a disastrous performance in everything. I think he played his character in Bill and Ted. I don't know which one he is out of Bill and Ted, not gonna lie. I think he's Ted.
There you go.
But it doesn't matter. They're both the same character, but he plays it very well. He does his character, he does exactly what's needed. And in a lot of the stuff he's been in, he does what's needed. He don't blow your mind with it, but he does what's needed, and it makes for a good movie. He doesn't, and he's not great, but here's the criteria for what I think is a good actor. You have to be able to play a variety of different characters. You have to transform into another character. So you're not going, oh, look, it's Johnny Depp again. You have to think, oh, it's that character, You have to have a big variety in different emotions you can portray. So sadness, happiness, all sorts, all the different emotions.
All those two emotions.
Those are the only ones I can think of. Those are my only two.
The only ones you fucking know.
Depression, anxiety. And then you also have to be able to play the entire range of those emotions, from very subtle amounts to very over the top amounts.
Yes.
So those, I think, are pretty much... I guess there's other sort of things that, are quite kind of obvious. You have to be able to, tell what they're saying. A bit like Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
So that's, kind of a bit of a niche one that I guess counts as well. But do you know who is an extremely highly rated actor that, to me, has none of that?
Okay, go on, who?
Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is the most overrated actor. He is. Because... Oh, fucking so many reasons. he's people rate him massively high. To be overrated, you have to be extremely highly rated for a start, which he is. If you ever see Tom Hanks is in that, people fucking jerk the dicks getting ready for it, don't they? Like, can you think? Do you remember Sully? Do you remember that movie when that came out? I didn't watch it, but do you remember that, like the advertising for that?
Yes.
Like political drama with Tom Hanks at the start of it, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, it's gonna be so good! It's Tom Hanks and his political drama. Oh my god!" And obviously, I didn't see it, but I'm guessing he did what he does in every movie and plays Tom Hanks. It's Tom Hanks as War Man. Tom Hanks as politician. Tom Hanks as talking toy that's animated. Like even Woody, right? Which is by far his best performance. He's not even. It's only his voice. He's not even his face. He doesn't even have to use his face in that one. And he's one of the worst voice actors in Toy Story. Like Rex does a better fucking job, but that's the one kind of exception where he does better. But it's like it's voice acting, not actual acting. And he's in so many things like the Green. Is he in the Green Mile? I think he is, isn't he?
Yeah,
Green
he is. He's
Mile,
the guy.
He's like the head
guy. He's like the same main guy.
Yeah. They're all massively overrated movies, and I think a lot of that's down to him. If you like, let's go through that criteria again. Different types of characters. Does he play other than Woody's the one exception to his different types of characters? Like they're all kind of like his age dudes that kind of act. They all respond the same. None of them are like more mental in any way. None of them are more like timid. Yeah. None of them are more like hard ass. You know, there's no variety in anything like that. And I'm not saying you have to be like completely a caricature of each of those every time, but you know, you couldn't ever imagine Tom Hanks playing someone in a biker gang, could you? He would never.
No.
And that's because he fucking can't. So, and then also his range of emotions. It's not the worst, but honestly, does it beat Keanu? Maybe Castaway. That's like I'm literally trying to come up with excuses for this guy.
He played mentally challenged man in Forrest Gump.
No. that was just mentally challenged version of Tom Hanks. It was still Tom Hanks. It's like, so there's that, and then also, you know, when he tries to do an emotion, it's always like the most subtle ever. Like, when do you see Tom Hanks actually giving it some beans, like in his acting?
I think he did a bit more. There was one scene in, I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was the one where the guy says, "Look at me, I am the captain now." It was.
Dude, you can't even remember the movie. It can't exactly have been.
No. I'm not saying it was blowing me away the whole thing or anything. There was one scene in it where he like just got rescued, where he like the shock of the situation started, and he like started to get emotional, and it wasn't going like crazy or anything. It was, but I think it was what that scene needed. But that's the only time when I can think, hey, in that one bit, he did really good.
Well, look, what I'm saying here is, I believe that Tom Hanks is a slightly worse actor than Keanu Reeves. But if you're on the fence with that, let me tell you how many. Let's look at the awards they've won. So he's won.
Okay.
I'm trying to look down for any like notable awards. Keanu hasn't won a single Oscar. Has he won? No, he's not won. He's won a stunt award once. He won a Teen Choice Award. He's won like an
That's
MTV
what matters,
award.
Keanu. That's what matters.
He's won. I think the Golden Raspberry is for worst, and he's been nominated on that a few times. But Tom Hanks, he's been nominated on that quite a lot of times, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times he's been nominated for worst. Let me see if Golden Raspberry. Let me see if Tom Hanks has been nominated for that. No, never. He's never been nominated for a worst, but Tom Hanks has won 2 Oscars, he's won 7 Emmys, 4 Golden Globes, and 2 Screen Actors Guild Awards. So, to me, even if you were saying that they're just kind of about as bad, the reason Tom Hanks is the most overrated is because he's way more higher rated in the first place. What are we thinking on that, Judd?
Well, I was I was gonna say, I feel that Keanu Reeves is more overrated than Tom Hanks nowadays, because I just feel like with the newer generation sort of coming in, and then there was the whole thing with the cyberpunk
But that's
thing
not
where
that's
Keanu
not overrating
created,
him on his acting though. That's overrating him on him.
that as a person, and then also Hanks has won so many more awards. I think.
Yeah, the fact
know,
that Hanks has won so many more awards means he's more highly rated, and so in that case he can be more overrated.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I'm still on the fence with this one, but I feel like logically you have explained it to me that yeah, he is the more overrated
We did it, folks.
actor. So
Congrats, everyone.
I think I have to agree with you on a technicality on that one, if anything.
That's my favourite type of win.
Yeah, I know it is as well. I know it is.
That's why you didn't want to give it me.
Yeah, yeah. Because I knew the word
actor.
I knew the second the word technicality had come out my mouth, you'd like a sickening, like, perverted grin had spread across your lips.
You know what? When people say you've won on a technicality, that's a more concrete win. Then,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like,
You've won through facts and logic. Oh, so then I've completely won. Then not only have I won, but I've shattered your foundations of what right is. You fuck.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Right, Judd, have you got any more stories before I continue on with some bullshit?
God, I don't think anything's happened. Nothing's happened. Everything is fine. Everybody's all right. Nothing bad has happened at all.
Okay. Good.
I don't know. I said that like I was hiding something from you.
I'm trying to cobble together this fucking idea I've had for ages. Because I've not prepared. I've prepared so much, and I've spent more time preparing the 100 podcast special, which is recording this Saturday on the 2nd of October. Remember it. Put it in your calendar, folks. At around 6 to 7 p.m. we'll start, I think, something like that. So I've been coming up with more ideas for that podcast than this one, but what I wanted to do is something that I've had in my notes on the podcast for a little while. It is a voice acting challenge. You liked the idea of this one, I believe, Judd.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I've found this character like prompt thing. So it's going to give us some like character generation prompts, and I'm going to describe these characters, and we're going to take it in turns to try and do voice acting of them.
Okay.
So I'll do the first one, if you like.
Okay.
And then I'll generate one for you. So the first character we have is a male child who is wise, who is human, muscular, uses nunchucks, and has a large chin.
That's a lot. Sometimes I feel like there's too much. You give too much away with a character.
I don't know. A good amount of detail like that helps you kind of craft their voice somehow, I think. So they're a muscular child, the wise muscular child. I like to imagine that they're like, this would be like in a kid's cartoon show, and they're like, a little bit like, an American Dad, the like Japanese friend they've got.
Oh yeah, Hoshi.
Yeah, a little bit like that, but he barely ever speaks. But instead of that, he does speak English, but he barely ever speaks. And when he does, it's always something that seems really cryptic and irrelevant to the situation. Yeah. And he's really muscular and like obviously into karate. So I think he would sound like. Let me think of this. It's really hard to start off with these sorts of things.
Yeah. That's fine. We're all actors here, buddy. It's fine. You can take time.
The voice needs to be quite high, but like monotone.
But you still also need to give off a sort of brooding sort of, almost sort of like Batman-esque sort of wisdom. I think.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try and I think it'd be in an American school. So I do want to give an American accent. So I think I'm gonna go. I have never been in this situation further than I have thought.
So no, listen, you can't
Oh,
do
no.
that voice.
Oh, no.
You just
Oh, no.
oh shit, you goddamn racist.
Oh god, I tried to do the Chinese accent. No, I've ruined it. That's the best we've got. That's I've
You're getting
fucked it.
cancelled on Twitter.
We're getting cancelled. Right, time for Judd to get cancelled. Here's your one.
Right.
You've got a
Ooh.
teenage male who's
Okay.
very domineering.
Whoa.
They're a
Sorry?
They're a scruffy cyborg with smooth skin, and they use potions.
Domineering. Can I get a Webster's on that?
Domineering, kind of like bossy. They assert one's will over another in an arrogant way.
Oh, that's perfect. So, sort of for that, you're wanting to go sort of like, I'm too cool for this school. I'm too cool for this. Yeah, I'm too cool for this school, kid. Leave me alone. I want to smoke my Marlboro cigarettes.
No.
then-
He wants
but
to
then-
juice up, Judd. He's got put his steroids. His potions are his steroids for his
No,
his
he
robotics.
doesn't need to juice up. He doesn't need to juice up. Instead, he gets bionics put in him. That's his.
But
That's
he
his
uses
gets bionics.
potions.
He uses potions.
Yeah.
When was that bit in?
I just fucking
I don't know.
told you.
You gave me like a million different facts.
Should we not have armament? Should we not have that? Should we not have them have a weapon then?
I think, yeah, get rid of weapon, I suppose, because
Okay.
it's just
It's
it's
too much, isn't it?
irrelevant. It's irrelevant to the voice.
I like to.
What did
get
you
these
think of my
details.
voice, by the way?
It was
Did you think that
generic, arrogant
That's
American
what you
teenager.
want. That's what you want.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what you want.
That is what you want.
All right.
So yeah. So okay.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. You did it. Good
I
job.
like to read these and then come up with like a bit more backstory in my head of them, and then that helps me put a voice to them. So we've got
Okay.
a male teenager who is a robot, an athletic, relaxed robot with long nails.
Fuck.
Okay, so this robot, right? They use their long nails for fencing. That's how they're athletic. They
Okay.
use it as but okay, and because they're relaxed, I think they don't like show emotion as a robot, and they don't really say much. So
Yes.
the male teenage
You can just do your
robot-
normal voice.
Right, nice. I'm not a teenager anymore, unfortunately. So
Yeah.
so that I imagine they'd get bossed by like their dad in quotation marks who created them. And I'm gonna do a
Yes.
bonus of their dad's voice. And also this isn't set in America, this one, because I don't want it to be. It's set in Yorkshire. It's like,
All right.
oi, FenceBot 94. Go and show this fucking lad who's boss, right? Yes, watch this, you cunts. Right. That's the dad. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And then
yeah,
and then
yeah.
and then the robot. Affirmative. That's his affirmative, right? Just
Nice,
right?
nice.
And I'm not.
Yeah.
It's not that he like does his like slices all his like
Yeah,
fencing
yeah.
gear off, apart from his like the lad's like the mask that they wear, and he's wearing like the heart underpants. He covers them up, and then the robot goes embarrassing. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It sounds.
Oh
I
god,
won this
great,
match. How embarrassing.
great,
That's what it
Great.
sounds like.
great. How quickly do you think we could get Adult Swim to take this up? FenceBot as a running show.
Nice.
Yeah, because I really don't think it's with the shit that fucking Adult Swim put on like their channel all the time. FenceBot is like that's not out there.
I don't think FenceBot should be the main character. I think the person he's just embarrassed should be the main character. I think the person he's just embarrassed should be like a loser kid who's never good at anything in a world full of robots. Like everyone doesn't expect him to be anything. He doesn't have to be good at anything because the world's full of robots. It doesn't matter. A little bit like a Wall-E situation, you know? But he's desperate to be
Yeah.
good at something, even though he fucking sucks. And he's trying out loads of different things and trying to be good at them. And a robot keeps like embarrassing him and doing, stupid shit happens to him because of these robots who he hates. I think that'd be a good show. I think we
Yeah.
can make that happen. I think Cartoon Network could take that one up. Anyway.
They would be if you didn't say cunt in the pilot episode just then.
Yeah. Maybe we'll scratch cunt out of there. Right, here's one for you, Judd. A middle-aged male who is a
All right.
hybrid being of some sort. So that would be a creature that's part human.
I've got
and
it.
parts,
I've already got it. I've
Charles-
already got it. I've
okay.
already got it.
And then
Okay.
they're fat, charming,
Yeah,
with crooked
yes.
teeth.
Yes. Oh my god, that fits it perfectly. All right, so I've already
Give
got.
us
I've
some
got like a
backstory as well on
I've
that.
got
Yeah, I
a
like
backstory.
that.
So this is this is set in one of the many criminal dens found in the city of Underhive. A fictional sort of dystopian place where a sort of like mixture of humans and animals live. Underhive is kind of like a big sort of it's at Underhive is right at the bottom of like a big sort of like mountainous society. They all live on like a mountain with the sort of higher class living up at the top. The upper class are like mixes of humans, like sort of like humans and lions. Right at the
Yeah.
bottom are the ones that are like mixes of like humans and pigs and humans and rats.
like bottom
So-
of the food chain, top of the food
Yeah,
chain
yeah,
type
yeah,
deal.
yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
this guy is called Benny, Big Benny, and
Big
Big Benny is the mix of a human and a rat. And Big
you can
Benny
tell you've played a lot of Dungeons and
Big-
Dragons.
Big Benny is like the mix of a human and a rat, and he goes so what have you got for me today, kid? You been working those streets? You've been robbing those old folks of their precious jewels, like that,
Okay, pretty cool.
like that.
It's
Yeah.
quite an expected voice for that rat. I do like it,
God damn it.
but but I mean that is like every rat voice ever. You can't
yeah,
deny
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Hey, do you know why it is? Because it fucking works. That's a
Because
good
it
rat
works.
voice.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a
That
good
is
ass
rat voice. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get hit with another one. I've got a young adult male elf. Why is it always males? We've not had a lady yet. They're attractive, then they're bored with smooth skin. Okay, so this is
So what is up with the smooth skin?
So this
That's
is
the second smooth skin.
this is at the same high school as this is at the same school as that young like
Yeah.
nunchucks kid. This is in the same show, this one. And
Right, okay.
but they're like a senior in the school, and the like nunchucks kid was like just started the school.
Yeah.
And they're like the cool kid, and they're like into fashion. Have you seen Sex Education, the TV show Sex Education?
Yes.
You know the gay guy who's part of the popular kids?
I don't know specific characters, I'm going to be honest.
Oh, well, there's... I'm trying to think of another character who is kind of like... I don't know. He's like... He's very aloof. He's very like, don't talk to me.
Yes.
Like, that's his voice, you know? He's like,
Yeah.
I can't talk to you because you don't eat elven lynchwood.
Yeah.
It's like, we don't eat boar around here.
Have you been to the Cloud District lately?
No. No, he's more like disgusted than that. You know, he's bored of your shit, basically. That's
So
what
he's
his voice
snobby.
like.
So
Yeah.
you've got to try
Like-
and add like an into it.
He's like, no, he's not like, oh, he's not got his nose stuck up like that. He's like, he's too like elegant for that. He's like, actually, this is real elven woven gold. Like, you know, it's like he's kind of like one of the Mean Girls, but British and like and more
and an elf. Yeah.
yeah. I imagine him with like long white hair, and like really smooth, like good complexion, and yeah. Anyway, next. Wait, why is he doing male every time? I wanna make sure it'll do something that's okay. Right, it does do female. Okay, so you have a female. A teenage
Oh, God.
female fairy.
Oh, what the fuck
Who
is
is-
this?
who is this is a good one. They're trying to appear very feminine, but they're quite domineering and have a mustache.
Yes! No, that already fits what I wanted to do.
I love to
Because-
imagine that they're like really trying to be feminine
Yes.
and and get really pissed off if you ever mention their mustache because they can't help but have a mustache.
So, So it's this like sort of beautiful. It's like a very conventional sort of beautiful fairy sort of like not Cinderella, Tinkerbell, like very Tinkerbell fairy.
Does she hang out with that elf that I just did?
Yes.
Could do.
Yes, possibly. But except she's got like a proper workman's tash, like like almost like a handlebar mustache,
like a strong
kind of thing.
strong man
Yeah,
mustache.
yeah, like a proper like that's like. I was about to say that's a man's tash that, like, you know, implying that women also grow them. But I
Dude, it's 2021.
yeah.
Who fucking knows anymore?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so I was imagining like that. And give me the. Did it say anything about a personality? Give me a
Domineering again.
Okay, so normally she talks quite like this, and she's very sort of forward with her speaking. If a bit sort of garish at times when she's talking to people that she finds gets on her nerves. But if anybody mentions her mustache, immediately her voice changes. What did you just fucking say about my fucking mustache? What did you just fucking say?
She turns into like one of the Sopranos.
Yeah.
What did you fucking say about my mustache?
What did you say about my fucking mustache?
Oh, fucking killed me on my fucking mustache. Nice one. I like it.
Yeah.
Just a tiny break from the voice acting challenge. I want to give people who have listened this far into this podcast a sneak preview of next time's intro, so that it doesn't only get played once ever, because I worked on this for quite a while. So if you've, I'll just remind you of the regular podcast intro. This is what it is. So my idea was to do essentially a metal version of that, which I thought Judd would appreciate, and it sounds like this. And now that I'm hearing it, that definitely could be the like intro to the title card of one of these cartoons that we're coming up with for these characters. Yeah. If you listen back to it again, it's like, you know what? That could definitely be one of those. So there you go. That's a little sneaky here of that one, because I didn't want it to be only played once ever. I might crack that out for a special edition podcast. So like, it's not necessarily every 100 podcasts. It might be that we do like a certain special podcast where, say, we interview our dad, or like, because we've done that before, or one that I would like to talk to Judd about the possibility of is trying to do some sort of single-player D&D type of adventure type of thingy. Maybe a little bit like one of those, you know, one of those what are they called? Like is it a choose your own adventure book? You know, where you read through it and like turn to this page for such and such. Something maybe a bit like that instead. So if we did, we might, it's potentially at some point in the future, we might do an entire podcast that's just something like that. Who knows? But that's where I'd probably crack out the intro for. Right. We're going to do one more voice acting challenge each, Judd. I've got to do a young adult female troll who is sexy and wise. And of course has a square jaw, because they're a female troll.
Well, yeah, they're a female troll, yeah. This is good. I don't think that female sexy trolls get enough representation in media. If you're doing any fantasy sexy creature, a lot of the times now it's goblins.
Do you know what? I wouldn't. I'm not going to give this. I don't think this troll's. She's big, very big, very like a chunker, a big chunker.
Yeah.
Big sexy chunker. Like I'm talking like 9 feet tall and 6 feet wide.
She's just a wall.
That's her name, Wallow. Her name is actually Wallow. And I don't think she.
Yes.
I don't think she speaks. I don't think trolls
Oh
speak.
God, I've got
I
to make
think
a
she
troll
just-
in my next campaign that's called Wall.
I think she
That's
just
fucking awesome.
grunts in various emotional ways,
Yeah.
like.
No, she has to do it sexy as well.
Well, she's wise, so I imagine
Oh,
she'd like
she's also
put a massive hand on your shoulder and go.
Her
you feel that wisdom through the.
her mind is what makes her attractive.
Yeah, it's like you see it in her eyes, the wisdom. It's like.
Yeah. Yeah. God, I'm chubbing up just thinking about it.
It is. It's her mind that's sexy. Like, she
Yeah.
wears glasses in a ponytail.
Oh,
and then
like,
there's one
yes.
scene.
Oh, yes.
There's one scene at the dance where she takes a ponytail down and the glasses off. know?
And the elf that you were voicing earlier goes, oh my.
Yeah, and then the music in the background's don't wanna close my eyes. Don't wanna fall asleep.
Yeah.
This is perfect. It's set in the 80s, by the way.
Can we change the title of this to we write a Disney movie?
I think this would be a great just fantasy high school show. It could just be called Fantasy High School, which is obviously done before, but we would just put our own brand of stupid on it. Anyway,
yeah.
Next, I love doing this. I find this so fun. We might have to do this more often. Okay. This is this is quite good. See, all of these you can make them fleshed out into a character that is quite cool, actually. So you've got a female child, human, short, gentle, but they've got a massive Adam's apple. I love to imagine that the whole character is all just massively self-conscious about the Adam's apple.
I've got it. She's like,
Are we going to the fair today, Father? I can't wait to see the clowns.
but like her dad makes no sort of reference to how she sounds. Just everybody else who's sort of around her is just like, oh,
yeah,
what the fuck?
Yeah, they're all like, what the fuck? And her mum's really embarrassed by it, really you can see on she's internally embarrassed. The dad it just doesn't acknowledge at all and doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
and the child is really small and cute looking and the pigtails,
yeah. If you bring up a picture of Annie from League of Legends, that like that.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of a female version of that child that goes, I don't know, something interesting, I guess.
Oh yeah, from
Incredibles. Yeah. I like that one. That one wouldn't be in Fantasy High School, but it'd be in the one with the. I've changed that elf to not being the one with the nunchucks kid, but the one with the nunchucks kid does have this girl in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Anyway. The one with the nunchucks kid could be the one with the robots and stuff. Maybe we'll see. Right, okay. I want to do two more because I like this too much. Right, I've got a male teenager, human, average appearance, small head, and very enthusiastic. So I think this is one of that friend group who's just really normal looking. I imagine them bald for some reason. I don't know why. And he's I don't know. It'd be funny for them to be enthusiastic all the time, or if they get set off by something and it makes them go mental, enthusiastic wise.
Yeah.
No, I reckon they've just got too much school spirit, one of those got tiny head, and you just got too much school spirit. So they have an assembly, and the head teacher, bonus voice, I'll do the head teacher for you, who's a balding man. He wears really big aviator style glasses, but prescription ones. He's your height, small beer belly but skinny otherwise, and he's got a mustache, a dad stash. And wears beige suit. And he's right then, class. I have to update you on the situation. We have to shut the school sports hall, so there will be no more sports. But in place of sports, we will be learning more about vegetables. So that's what the head teacher sounds like. And then this
Immediately,
kid's like,
can I just say, this has already got like a 2 a.m. time slot on Adult Swim.
right.
This show has already got a 2 a.m. time slot.
And this kid-
Because I can just totally imagine like all the only people that watch Adult Swim at 2 in the morning are lads stoned out their heads, and they'd watch this. So
Yeah,
I'd
probably.
watch this.
And then this kid is like, "Woo, yeah!"
I watch this fucking show.
He's like shouting out. He's like, "Woo!
Yeah.
I ate the carrot yesterday. That was pretty damn cool. Okay. Who likes sports anyway? Am I right?" He's like going like right up to
I'm
all the other
getting-
kids,
I'm
like getting too close to their face. Like,
I'm
am
getting
I
in-
right? Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Am I right?
This
And,
is
like,
yeah. This
you-
is.
and then
I'm
the
getting
bully,
invaded.
and then
I'm
the
getting
bully like
Invader
lo-
Sims.
the bully
I'm getting
bonks him
Invader
on-
Sims vibe.
the bully
Yeah.
like bonks him on the head and like, shut up. and he's like knocked out, you know, with the swirly eyes like in a cartoon,
Yeah.
knocked out on the floor, like still with a massive smile. As he's smiling, one of his tooth goes
Yeah.
and falls out.
Yeah.
That's what we're getting with
This I'm getting major Invader Sims vibe from this. I could see it like animated.
Yeah.
In this, all you need is Richard Horvitz to go, "You fool!"
Yeah,
like
this
that.
guy is in the same school. I don't know why they're all in school, but this guy is in the same school as the Nunchucks kid and the Adam's apple girl, and this is like this is like a regular high school one. Yeah. Anyway, another one for you,
Yeah.
Judd. Here we go. This is a. Wait a minute. Oh, we're all out of ideas on this account, on this fucking website. It
Oh.
don't let us do anymore. Okay, let me see if another. We'll do
Bastards.
one more from another site. Let me see if. Let's see if this'll. Oh no, this website sucks. Character-driven writing prompts.
By
Just
the
give me
way, we're doing the 100th episode on Saturday, so
Yeah, there might be more shit
there you
like
go.
this.
Yeah.
Right.
that was me plugging it.
I'm gonna throw you a hardball, Judd, and
Okay.
this barely gives you like any like information like that other one did.
Okay. Yeah.
But this is I'm gonna fill in some of it. So this is a fancy high school character. Okay? It's one of the it's the PE teacher from Fancy High School. And
Okay.
the PE teacher is a war witch. So she was a war veteran in a witch war.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Give me a voice on that one. What do you think of that? Like, you can give it like a scenario that you could be voicing them in or something if you want.
I'm thinking immediately. I've got you'll not know what the Owl House is, will you? Because you're not like
No.
a sado that like me who still watches cartoons.
You'd
But you've
be
literally just
surprised. I've been
described.
watching the 90s Spider-Man cartoons, so...
Well, yeah. This literally a character from the Owl House, which is pretty much exactly what you just described. But I'm not going to do
I've just
her.
googled the Owl House, and this show looks sick. By the way, this show
Yeah,
is really
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
This is
yeah,
almost
it is.
exactly what I was describing, but I want Fantasy High School to be more adult than this.
Yeah.
Like, it would look exactly like this, maybe, but like,
In fact, fuck it. It's Owl House.
I'm essentially wanting like Big Mouth, but a fancy version of that is what I'm wanting out of this show.
I
That
don't
I'm
want
thinking.
anything to do with Big Mouth. Anyway. So she's what? She's an old woman. She doesn't
have to be old, I guess.
soldier. Well, no. Okay, so she was a soldier in the Witch Wars. She
Yeah,
was
and she
herself
is-
a witch.
A witch, yeah,
Okay.
and she's the PE teacher because she would be.
So yeah, okay. So what she'd do is I'm gonna have to stop playing this for a second while I
This is
properly
gonna
think
take
about
full
this.
concentration.
What she does is all the time, she constantly tries to tie activities that the class are doing into like something that they did in the war. She'd be like, okay, class. So today we're gonna be climbing some ropes. you know, back in the war, I had to do a lot of climbing in my day to get away from the enemy. You know, she constantly fucking, it's like, oh god, here she goes talking about the fucking witch war again. For God's sake, it's been over for 3 millennia.
All right. I thought you were going to take more of like, she's like a hard ass type of route rather than like a bot. You went more with like the Grandpa Simpson type of route rather than like, I was expecting
Yeah. No. She's a sweetheart. The thing is, she's a sweetheart, but she's done terrible things in the war,
right,
like
okay.
absolutely awful things.
Oh, so she might be like, you know, one time I had to climb up a dead witch's spleen to escape the enemy.
She was like, you know, the goddamn Humies, and like Humies is like a really bad sort of slur for like humans in this world. She's like, you know, those goddamn Humies had us captive for like a month, and using the entrails of my closest friend, I had to climb out of there. So that's kind of like what you're doing today.
Yeah, I like it. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Fancy High School coming soon to Adult Swim.
Yeah.
We could fucking kill that show.
We
That'd be
could
so
do
good.
that'd be a show on Adult Swim at 2 in the morning. Absolutely, yeah.
But unfortunately, that's all we've got time for on this podcast. Once again, remember, I'm going to try and publish this tonight or tomorrow, so you should have plenty of warning. The 2nd of October, this Saturday, around 6 or 7 p.m. English Greenwich Mean Time, British Summertime, is it still? I don't fucking know. That's when we'll be starting the 100 Podcast Special live, but don't worry, if you can't get it live, it'll still be on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the good podcast places, and there'll be some special stuff. Come celebrate with us. 100 podcasts, Judd. Jesus Christ. I was thinking about it, right? We've been doing this podcast over 2 years, haven't we now?
Yeah.
We must have been. So that's what? Let me just work this out. 365. Wait, no. How many weeks? It's 52 weeks in a year, isn't it? Times 2.
Sure.
Is it 52 weeks in a year?
I don't know. I'm being completely honest with you. I ain't got the faintest clue.
How many weeks in a year? Yeah, 52. 52 point. Well, it's 52. So in theory, we've been doing it maybe nearly 3 years.
Yeah.
3 times 52.
Yeah. No, we have. Yeah.
Yeah, it must be nearly 3 years. So that means we've only missed over 50 weeks.
That's not terrible.
let me just work out what's our hit rate for whether we actually manage it. So, let's say 156 divided by 100. Is that right? How do I do this?
I've not got a clue. Don't ask me.
As a percent of something. Let me work this out. Bear with me, folks, if you got this far. What is 100 as a percent of 156? What? The fuck? This is not what I want. 100 as a percent. What? Oh my god. Wait, what is 50 is... Oh, wait, this is what I want. 100 is... Okay, 156. Bear with me, folks. Don't worry, it's coming up. Oh my god. So our percentage hit rate for being able to do the podcast... Are you ready for this? Do you want to guess? Do you want to guess what percent of weeks we actually managed to record a podcast and do it?
Oh, I'm gonna say 70%.
64%.
64%. That's a passing grade.
It's not a good grade.
That's a passing grade. Listen, that'd get you a C.
I think that's a good review of this podcast. I'd give it a passing grade.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've been a lot more consistent lately and plan to in the future. So there we go. 100 Podcast Special Saturday. Bye. Goodbye.